Doctor was right down the street. Dr. Runner.
Yes. So that you can have the asset to post on your.
Go to the Chinese place.
I'm trying to figure out how to
remember that place? Remember the doctor's office, Dr. Runner's office on 79? That's my doctor.
Right now, if you wanted to do it, it's on my page to be reshared on Facebook.
Okie dokie.
You could do that.
Let's try to make something out of this.
Yes.
Lemonade out of the lemons that we got. Come on, we gotta take advantage of our celebrity here.
Oh Lord.
We got. Where is G?
Tell the fans all
I
is
don't
not.
see.
We have to do a makeup.
Yeah, we need you. Yeah. Now that we know
Maybe
there's
a makeup session at their place where we know there is internet.
Yeah.
Instead of this, we'll make it up to you. Okay, I promise. We have good makeup sets.
Look, we have fun.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, you got your margarita.
Yes. There's a little bit left.
Wait a minute. Wait. Where did this come from?
I know.
Get this thing on. Oh God.
Bring that microphone down. So we are live. This is the interview portion of the CEO sessions.
Oh no.
By Vintage House, and we've got to my right DJ
Hi.
DJ Alicia, DJ Lori Branch,
what's up, everybody?
DJ G Whip.
He's hidden them behind all the microphones.
And everybody in the room got to introduce yourselves.
Brett's incognito.
Hey, y'all! Oh, wait a minute. They can't see me. Hey, everybody.
Yes, they can see you, Brett. Miss Nikki. There it is. So we're a little mellowed out because we had some internet issues. The internet. We broke the internet. Damn it. We broke it tonight, but we're figuring out, we're rising above, we're ensuring that this conversation happens. It will be a part 2, a makeup sex session, I think is how it was referred to.
That's what he said.
I didn't say.
She said.
Yeah.
I need a cigarette.
Divine One Entertainment. That's a dope shirt. I love that shirt. No, we're not broadcasting over there because our counterpart DJ Rocky has the WNUR signal.
I'm just trying to get
Just
the
going
mics
through
out
your
the way.
laptop.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna move.
Yeah, let's get the mics out.
Yeah, they are in the way, but we are gathered here today. No, it is Studio Sessions by Vintage House Show. We came up with this idea just like walking down the Midway, I think was High Park Summerfest. And I ran into DJ Alicia and G Whip. And we were like, when are you coming back on the show? And we said, summertime, there's a lot of travel, vacation. People are touring, performing all over the country. July 20th seemed to be a magical date where everybody was on the ground, and we decided, let's do it. So it was experimental. It is experimental, but we're gonna make the best of it. Make lemonade out of lemons.
Can you invite?
That's what we do.
Are you on the string? Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what's happening?
I can send it to her again. Yeah.
You can stream.
Bring it on. Well, she'll.
I'm on my Facebook page. I'm just tagging people.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's already happening. Alicia has been 10 steps ahead all night long.
That's what she do.
This is how she rolls. And what I love about that is that she just spent like 10 days straight celebrating and being celebrated for her birthday.
Oh, it's not over.
And it ain't over. Well, I was told we could do this show because it had subsided at least. Yeah.
Sound good.
That's what I'm going with as the story, Brett. But yeah, we wanted to get together, talk about this house community of Chicago, what it means to each of us, talk about what impact we're all having doing what we do day in and day out to sustain this genre, to elevate it, to make it do what it do, as they say. Your thoughts?
I've been pushing through.
I love that.
Like we did tonight. I tried to make lemonade out of lemons. We've been doing events. We started back doing events. Rolling with Ascension, rolling with the Vortex DJs. We've been putting together a lot of stuff and trying to keep, keep active. When we weren't doing events and weren't able to do events, we were on Twitch. We had everybody had a show. Brett has a show on Sunday. Nikki got a show on Tuesday. We've got a show on Sunday. I got a show on Wednesday. We tried to make sure that everybody still had music, still was able to listen to good music, even when we were locked in the house.
Can I play backseat interviewer?
This is an open forum
discussion. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I love the way y'all roll as a crew. I think it's so important to talk about like why you do that. You know, like what's important about the collaborative to you. Because I've not done many crews until recently, and I started to understand the value of it. Where you clearly feed off of each other. So can you talk about like your formation and what keeps you glued and why is that important?
So it's two faceted. That's multifaceted. So with Ascension, that was started by G Whip, Red Diva, Box, and Tony Marie. So they had a very successful group before inducting, I want to say, myself, Jesus Martinez, and 50 Mills into the group. So I joined that group because we spend together a lot. We're around each other a lot, family, pretty much. For the Vortex DJs, it was about finding the right fit for the group, because if there's bad energy in any way, then it's not going to flow correctly.
That's right.
So I pulled together initially a group of my closest friends that all happen to be really great DJs.
Love when that happens.
That's right. I think that was probably the floor.
Yeah.
Like they started there. You had to be a great DJ.
Yeah.
In order to be in the friend crew.
Ceiling. That was the floor, right?
Just so happen to have a lot of great DJ friends. And what I love about them is that they trust me. They trust me to come up with ideas. They trust, they're not, I don't have any, I like to call them like slep rocks. We're not going to make it. We can't do it. How are we going to, like, everybody is like, okay, if I say we're going to fly to Mars and we're going to do a party on Mars, Nikki is like, okay, well, do we have enough gas money to get to Mars? Like, how do we raise enough gas money to get, like, everybody's ideas. They like, whatever. They're down with it. And everybody throws in ideas.
That's great.
And we just roll with it from there.
That's great. And y'all awfully quiet on this other side, So let me ask the other part of the question. What?
We're just here for the popcorn.
We have skipped. Passed through a TikTok session for the last couple of days. I just came for support.
Is that right? How'd you get here? Nikki, you can't sit this out. None of y'all over there.
G's on his phone.
I'm trying to.
He's facilitating the people.
You getting this audiences.
Me, and I'm like,
my mama called me.
Brett Morrison.
I'm always working.
I love it.
Putting in work is key and critical. I mean, certainly the DJing part is a craft, right? The promotion part is a skill and a craft. The culture, that seems to come naturally. I like your question, Loria, about how you put trust in these collectives and what what comes out of it as a result. And I think certainly the observation that we've made is that studio sessions has fun with it. They're putting in the real work though, and definitely we admire that. The Vintage House team as well. We've been having a little bit of fun ourselves, and we thought bringing together these two crews might facilitate some energy that is new, that is unifying further, right? This community of house music. So I love that it's not just the studio sessions crew, but there's a number of collectives, right, that are pouring into what you do every Wednesday night and beyond. So beyond Ascension, is Divine One also part of?
So that's Brett's baby.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brett and Nikki.
So in the Vortex is a conglomeration of Divine One, Ascension. It's one more group.
That's it, because everybody's a part of it.
Because everybody.
So the Vortex is the big umbrella of it all.
Yeah.
Okay, break it down
we
for
just
us.
happen to all be in different, but we are one big family. You know what I mean? So we don't ever break it down like you're a part of this group, you're a part of that group. We know where we are, but we also know where we are. If that makes any sense, we are one big family.
I'll say, is your membership closed? Are you like?
I would probably say yes.
Are the doors to the Vortex closed?
That's the mama. So
like, if somebody shows up and says, "I want to be down," what do you tell them?
Right.
So our shows we have 10 DJs in the Vortex, and I stream when we do our shows. I stream the entire day. So 10 hours of streaming is enough. So we have enough DJs to fulfill whatever event or activity we have. We might do something like a guest spot if there's a like Wayne Williams or Terry Hunter or Mike Dunn or something like that. Yeah. But they have no desire to be in the Vortex. They already they already got a group.
The Vortex already.
They already got their group solidified. So
10 is your magic number.
Yeah, 10 is it. And I don't want to mess up the formula.
I agree. One person can mess it up.
Yeah.
People don't realize that one bad
you don't think
one bad apple can spoil a bunch.
You don't think they could be whipped into shape?
No
pun intended there.
I think you could have one. I say this from experience.
Yes.
You can have one bad apple that is just undisciplined.
Yeah.
And it kind of messes up everything.
Yeah.
So I agree that you have to be protective of your domain.
Yeah.
If you've established something and you know it's working and it's good, that's the chemistry you develop. You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah. And I think we have a perfect chemistry. We love each other. We have respect for each other, even in terms of doing events. Like if Nikki's doing something on the 28th or whatever, and I know she's doing something on the 28th, I'll turn down an event on the 28th so all of us can go and support her on that day.
That's great.
That's powerful.
So so it has to be people in the same mindset like that. You can't, just have anybody in here. And I think I actually have a perfect mixture of people.
You do. I could tell you're sort of the mama bear of the whole group. Yes. Who's the papa bear?
Well.
There's no hesitation on that.
Oh, well, we won't talk about bears tonight. Or lions or tigers. Right. No lions, no tigers, no bears.
Tigers or bears.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so
we're taking the animal out of the night.
Our couple. Are you guys the only married couple in the group?
Yes.
Yeah, in the
group. When it comes to DJing, yes.
In the group.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any other couples in the group?
No, Tony. Well, Greta is almost in the
Vortex. She's the wife. The wife of the Vortex.
She's the Vortex wife.
Yeah, her husband is part of the group, so she's technically, VIP right on in.
Look, let me see, Vortex wives. That's good.
That could be a reality show, right? Yeah.
More information coming.
Hey, listen,
with the TikTok.
You're joking, but I think people would love to follow you around. I think you would have a boss reality show. Like I think you could. Because you're busy. You got excited
all the time,
eyes, you
24/7
gotta-
cameras
yeah,
following
yeah.
You
you.
think
Yeah.
the Vortex can have a reality show?
Yes.
So let me tell you something.
Oh no.
Baby,
Yes.
bye. When I tell you, like
Oh,
we
no.
are, when I tell
Reality
you
show.
we are family for real, and another thing I love about the Vortex DJ, when we have a disagreement, it's not we don't air it out on Facebook.
Right.
It's a
Never
personal
aired it
thing
like
Right.
to us
You never know.
because if that's my sister, what do I look like going on Facebook and trashing or dragging my sister? Like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
beyond me.
I have had an argument with everybody in the Vortex. Tony Mann knew he'd get it soon. But we you know what I'm saying? We're not perfect.
Right.
We're not, puppies and bunnies and this, that, and the other thing. We have sit downs and knock down drag outs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we care enough about each other to rectify the situation. We don't just, somebody might be pouting for a couple of days
Yeah.
and then,
But you come
I'm
back.
coming over here with some wine. We're gonna talk about this. We getting it together.
I love it. What's one of your fights? What's one of your biggest fights? What do you fight about?
But I fight box often.
What's the arguments about? Let's get into it.
Box is Switzerland. We call box Switzerland.
Okay.
Diplomat.
You can't be diplomatic about everything. You have to set clear
You gotta take a
boundaries.
stand sometimes.
Yeah, you do. And box is so easy going, which is and then on the other hand,
Yeah, that's wrong.
he's made me more easy going. Just being
That's
around him.
It's good.
Because I'm like, there's no gray areas. It's black or it's white over there.
Right,
and he's
right.
like, there is some shades of gray. There is, Dub.
I love it.
So this is really a family dynamic. I
It
mean, you talked about the couples and the married couples and the almost couples, but really a family, chosen family, right?
It is.
And those dynamics of people getting mad or people loving on each other is all a part of.
Yeah. Me and Nikki are the crybabies. We all know 50 meals gonna be late. Like everybody. No.
Where you going, Brad?
I gotta leave on that one.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
know.
I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of
Jesus gonna Jesus is both ends of the spectrum. Jesus is either gonna play a sensual mix or a spiritual mix. There's
Okay.
no
Lay
in
hands
between.
on us or lay hands on us either.
I love that.
this. You had something.
Right. So
Okay.
everybody's got their own. Scooter is probably one of the best DJs in the Vortex because Scooter has the ability. All of us can do this, but Scooter always opens.
Mm-hmm.
Never complains about it. Never says,
Yeah.
"Well, why can't I get prime time?" Well,
Yeah.
but Scooter is a beautiful opening DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Sets the tone.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Scooter sets the tone. But Scooter could come at the end of the party too and tear it down and burn it down as well.
That's
So yeah, I think everybody.
I like what you're saying that opening DJs is an important role because you can tell when someone doesn't know how to do that and they come in hot and it's just like it's too early for all that.
It's too early. You
You
playing
know,
for the
like-
bartenders and security.
Right, like it's too early for you to be banging.
You have to know your
Like that.
possession.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's like a relay team, right?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And I think that's about the group because all of us are individual, independent brands, but nobody has an ego. Like nobody cares what time they play.
Right.
And I want to be prime time. No, nobody cares. We just all together having a good time.
As a matter of fact, we had an argument this last time about who was gonna go later or who was gonna go early because we wanted her to play later.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want to play. Oh, but no, you are, ma'am. This is what she tried it. She tried it, real. She thought she was real slick. No, ma'am, you gonna play today.
I got up there and played first. She came up there and said, "What are you doing?"
And then Scooter we didn't have words, but he used to play to open the spot, but I wanted him to be able to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
Play a later spot. So I was like, let me take your spot. He was like, partner, you don't have to call each other partner.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. I'm like, yes, I do.
Mhm.
I want people to be able to hear you.
Right.
Yeah.
They hear us all the time,
Right.
at whatever slide, but
Yeah.
I want him to get, a little sunshine.
I love that. There's an orchestration going on.
Absolutely.
And by the way, you referenced a word or phrase, that is one of my favorite sort of disco house songs, "Stretching Out."
Ah.
Stretching Out. I want to talk about the music a little bit and pivot. You talked about sort of the different sentiment that comes across through some of the various styles of some of the DJs. Talk about what you see as the evolution of the music you're playing. I mean, new music comes out every week, right? There's still the classics. There's the yeah. I'm still thinking of those Tuesday release days.
Right.
No, every day is right. But I'm just curious to know what the evolution you see, how you feel the music is evolving, and what that does for you all as a group. Do you go along with it? Do you hold back? Do you give go all in? What does that look like?
So again, multifaceted. We all have like a certain flavor to our stew, except Brett. He's crazy. He just play whatever.
I like Brett.
Brett is he's potluck. He's potluck.
I'm a potluck.
Lean in there, Brett.
Whatever I feel like
Brett
playing,
is
that's
DJ
what I play
potluck.
the most.
So I wanted to. So what I find interesting about us, even if it's 10 hours of music and we have a 10-hour show, we rarely have any duplicate songs.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Rarely have any duplicate songs. And I like to play with them on the 10-hour show because I can kind of come out of where people want me to be. Like if I go and do a party or whatever, being people are expecting a certain thing, when I do the show with them, I can do something totally different than what it is.
That's nice.
So much so I had a show. We had a show, and I was like, okay, we're gonna call it, a turnabout show, and I wanted everybody to do something totally opposite from what they're known for. So Whip is like high energy, getting it going, tambourine,
I love it. I watched the whole thing the other night.
Right.
Like, you go.
So people don't know that he can play at 113.
Yeah.
They just think he can't play non-quantized songs and he just play
Right.
whatever. So I wanted to highlight each and every. People think Nikki can only play soulful. They don't know she could tear down some classics. They don't know she could play some acid or some. You know what I mean? Brett gonna do what Brett gonna do. But everybody, we had some of the DJs play hip hop or R&B or whatever, just to let everybody know. Yeah.
Love that.
Not gonna be the same.
I like
thing
that
all the
too.
time.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, one of the things I love about you, and I don't know, this may be y'all's background too, but I know this just because we interviewed, is that you didn't come into it with house music. You were playing different genres. And I think that helps to open up your palette, you know what I'm saying? So that you have a wider range, and there's something to be said about open format and being able to play at 113 and being able to mix up a night. Because when we think about those early parties, the warehouse, the music box, and all that, it was potluck.
Yep.
It was all across the board. And those early DJs who we emulated were not just playing, 125 all night.
Everything from rock to the Euro,
and that's what made it so special.
To the soul. Yeah.
I feel like we got to get back to some of that. What do you think?
Well, Brett is already there. He
hasn't left the party. He's still at the party.
I'll say let everybody have their lane so I can do what I do.
You will do what you do.
And I can ride in all of them.
But I think it would be nice. I don't know that I've been to a party recently, and I do not go out as much as I used to, but where it was not all night the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, this is why I love studio sessions so much.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't care. As a DJ, when I go in to do a party, like my intention is to make everybody get on the dance floor and have a good time and this and other thing. And I'm paying attention to who's dancing. If they not, I'm like, okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna sit down? Okay,
You're servicing the dance floor.
Exactly. I'm servicing the dance floor. So if I'm in my basement and I want to hear Summer Madness,
You gotta. I love it.
You know
You
what
can
I'm
play
saying?
it.
I'm just gonna play some of that. And
Yeah.
I love studios. The people
Yeah.
who watch studio sessions have found me, and they are a musical geniuses in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I play Summer Madness, they talk about Kool and the Gang and who's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the other songs that was made, blah blah, and they like totally with it.
That's great. I think that's one of the. I told you earlier that I stopped doing the live shows because
Right.
I want to play what I wanted to play, and I think sometimes you get distracted when you have an audience all the time. You need to know how to play for an audience, but you need to play for yourself sometimes.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it that moves me? Because that brings out the artist in you.
Yeah.
You know, and people are connected to that integrity, that artist in you.
It's
Sometimes
your
I think we lose that.
it's your expression, right?
Mhm.
Right.
As opposed to a mix of little expression, a little bit service in the dance floor, a little
Yeah.
bit of the
Yeah.
commercial appeal that you have to have.
Right.
I think certainly the pandemic forced us to sort of rediscover those opportunities.
100% agree.
Right.
100% agree. Because when you're doing the live streams,
Yeah.
you're servicing yourself.
Yeah.
You know people are listening for you, but there's no one to respond to what you're doing. So the only person you're pleasing is like, what it sounds good to me, and people jive with that.
I really that resonates with me. But one of the things that I've seen people sort of become obsessed with, particularly on the Twitch platform, are the emoticons, right? And
the chat room is
the chat room and pouring.
Can we talk about that? Because
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
Twitch enough to understand it. Like, I'll go on and buy some stuff and put it there, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm tipping the DJ or whatever. But people are really into it. I'm like, where'd they get all these things from? Like, I'm looking for them. I'm like, I don't know. How'd they get the dancing man? You know, and Alan King's head. You know, it's like,
those
I
Canva.
need a class on like Twitch.
Canva is a platform, a tool, a cloud-based design tool as one option that creators are able to create those emoticons.
So they create their own.
They
they
create
sell
it, or
them?
they have graphic people
Help us
create them.
understand the Twitch universe.
Yeah, and that
Well, are
is.
you talking as a creator, or are you
I'm
talking,
talking about as a
viewer?
fan.
Right. So
Like,
that's
what am I looking
different.
at?
You're talking about creation of emotes, and she's talking about like fan. So I'm a mod for his show. So
You're what?
a moderator.
Moderator.
I'm
Okay.
a moderator for his show.
Okay.
So it's a point in time where I'll be like, dance emotes only, and then everybody will put in all the.
And where do they get
emotes.
those?
So when you go on different people's shows and you subscribe to that person's shows, that gives you
Right.
access to their
To their
emotes.
so I've
So
done
they-
that before. I did that
Right.
once before.
So if you subscribe to Alan King, he has
A
10,
bunch of those.
15 emotes or whatever,
But you
and you
ha-
can use them on whoever's show that you want to
I
use them on.
understand.
But you have to. He as a DJ and Twitch creator had to either have someone created or he created them himself and put them in his profile so that when you
So
subscribe,
this is a whole business.
you can. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Twitch is a
do
a business
do you
owned by
guys
Amazon.
think of it as a business, a part of your business, Twitch?
I do because I monetize off Twitch.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So
Yes.
All right, so we got to subscribe to her show.
Yes.
I watched it. I thought I subscribed to it. Maybe I did. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I shouldn't drink margaritas before I watch it. Okay.
We're
And
getting the
then
authentic
everybody's
Lori
got a show.
branching. Yes.
And so when you
And a
subscribe-
Twitch
and when you
profile,
when you
yes.
subscribe to the show, believe it or not, I actually have a Twitch account. But when you subscribe to the show, that lasts for how long?
it depends. You can do the auto renew where it's every month. It's like
Okay.
$5.99 a month.
Uh-huh.
Or you can just do it where it's like 1 month.
So if I was just checking out a DJ and I wanted to see what his things were, someone I didn't know, I could subscribe for that month
Yeah.
or that show.
Yeah. For that month.
For that month. Yeah.
Oh, I
You
see.
can watch
Renew
just
every
that
month.
show, right?
But no, I
And
want
listen.
access to all the stuff they have.
Right.
They only
You
get
want the
access to
emotes
those
and the
emotes. You have
bits.
to-
All right,
you have to
everybody-
subscribe every month. You have to pay the subscription.
We're gonna get your Twitch page hyped up.
Right.
We're gonna get.
I'm trying to be a
We're gonna
fan
work
right
on
now.
it.
So I'm gonna be a
All right.
good
All right.
fan.
All right.
I'm trying to be
We'll
a
dial it
fan.
back. Okay.
We'll do mine later.
All right.
I gotta
We
get
got
ready
you.
for Burning Man. So I'm all consumed with that right now. I'm like, that's gonna be like,
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, let's talk about your
Burning
performance
Man?
and appearance for a second.
Well, do you know what's happening? Burning Man. Do y'all know what Burning Man is?
No.
Yeah,
They
it's-
like, what do you,
they
what do
like
you mean?
in the
Elaborate.
desert.
All right, so Burning Man
Talk
is kind
to
of like
us.
Lollapalooza in the desert
Yes.
for like a week, and it's
Glamping and camping.
it's camping and glamping. It's usually like I think the last one they had 80,000 people there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a week-long festival.
Burning
Man.
Desert.
It's
Okay.
in it's 2 hours from Nevada. It's in Nevada, 2 hours from Reno. So the Good Girls crew, me, Tana, and Lady D
Yeah.
are spinning as part of the Solar Shrine installation.
Okay.
Solar Shrine is Afrofuturist installation. It's a building, but also it's a shrine that has been put together by the Solar Shrine crew. It's like architects from Chicago and all around the country building this thing in Chicago. They've shifted out to LA. They're piecing it together, and it will be delivered. And the whole point of Burning Man is, people may think of it as drugs and hippies and stuff like that, but it's really like people from all over the world come
Yeah.
to the event. Carl Cox is spinning. Like it's a big event, not for house music. This year is going to be big for house music, and they're excited because they're having Chicago House. Wayne is doing it with us,
Okay.
so it's the
Nice.
Good Girls and Wayne. Then there's going to be some other like international people, and we will spend on top of the installation that they're creating from scratch. This costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to create this thing for the camp that we're in. It's 300 camps around the whole desert, and then there's a rotating stage that goes around.
Oh.
That's on like what I could best describe as like a huge bus, but looks like a float because it has a flat top, and that's where bands are performing and DJs. There's several of them that go around, so we'll be on one of those. Anyway, you start the party at 3 a.m. and it goes till 11. It's y'all don't know about Burning Man, huh?
We do that, right?
Yes, that's the opportunity to share.
That's why I said I'm trying to get in shape for Burning Man because first of all, it's in the desert. It's 100-some degrees.
Yeah.
Ain't
Hydrate,
there's time,
to say the
2 hours away.
least.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
You got your camping gear?
I am staying in a yurt with Wayne.
Okay. Right. I was
Got it.
We'll put a curtain up. No, we got a RV and we
Yeah.
have a yurt.
Okay.
Cool.
You know those circular.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be kind of glamping.
Yes.
Anyway, so we'll
What's
be
the date?
It's August. We'll be there August 28th through September 1st or 2nd.
So anyone
Could go to Burning Man. You
Yep.
can buy tickets. They're several $100s,
Yes.
and you do have to be prepared because it's hot as hell in the day, cold as hell at night.
Oh, wow.
So you have to like
Yeah.
come with a coat,
Yeah.
goggles, hat, scarf, everything. There's dust storms sometimes.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
like she's like, this does not sound fun.
Yeah, I'm like, you lost me with the nearest town that's 2 hours away. I was like, no.
But
One day.
but it's also one of these things where it's about community
Right.
and giving back. So everybody comes prepared to give away everything. So like you won't have to want for one single thing. No one's gonna let you not eat or sleep or use a bathroom or be without. There's medical tents. There's anything that you need
Okay.
and anything. There's like
Still not
Like-
sold.
It's all right.
She must be hot.
But
you get what I'm saying? There's
anything.
not just
Every resource.
All the resources.
All of
All every kind of sustenance you want.
Every-
more than sustenance. Well, it depends on what kind of.
Well,
They have sexual camps, and warrior camps.
I'm almost there.
Oh,
Almost there.
creeping closer.
Right.
Will there be internet?
Right. That's my thing.
We will do a live stream
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
slappy camp.
We'll have to do a relay, get some
Lord.
satellite and
Well, it
hotspots.
looks as if you can get all this information at burningman.org.
Oh,
okay.
Brett just did the research for us.
Okay,
But before you go, you can check out burningman.org, but also check out solarshrine.org. So that's the camp
Okay.
that we're with. Antoine,
Who's involved?
Fran, there's a whole team that put it together. You've seen Antoine and Fran, they come to a lot of our events.
Yes.
And they've been planning this for years because they were supposed to do it in 2020.
During
COVID happened,
COVID
so it's been postponed. So
Sure.
people, I think there'll be over 100,000 people.
this year,
Wow.
yeah, because there's an appetite.
Yeah.
Huge appetite for it. So Burning Man, y'all should come.
Okay.
And what kind of music it's at all house?
That's all we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. You like I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
they doing. We doing
Yeah, I
what-
mean it's a music
we like
festival
her. We
overall,
doing
so
what we
there's
do.
right.
Okay.
But we're doing it out there. But
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
please. What's
Look,
that?
oh, he saw the
Discovery.
Warrior Camp.
Soul Shrine.
Soul Shrine.
Look at that. Oh
Yeah, that's
my-
what we're gonna be. We're gonna be DJing on top of that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they built
gosh.
it. They're gonna take it out there. That's gonna be dope.
What's
That's
the
all I
URL again for people tuned in?
SolarShrine.org.
Solar SOLA
Like solar. SOLAR
Shrine.org.
Yeah,
Check
so
it
there's
out.
videos, you can check out the whole thing. It's a lot
Right
of
here.
fun.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But anyway, back to you guys. Enough of that.
Yeah.
This has been an incredible week for you for your birthday. You chose to celebrate it over
Week-long
the course of many
holiday.
events that were so awesome. I caught most of them live, so thank you for doing that because I'm an old lady now.
Go on with that.
Well, okay, I take it back. But the high point of my week was spending with these guys at Rhonda's
Oh,
hair party.
Man.
I'm still alive from that.
I was
That
like,
was spectacular.
you know, that-
I saw all the
that was high point
highlights.
of my week.
Yeah.
What
Talk
you think?
about that even.
So I told Nick when he sent the lineup, I was just like, this is gonna be an amazing night. Because the lineup that we had, the four of us, like there are other female DJs. We love you guys to death and everything, but there's it's just a synergy between us. It's not a, it's a, there's no like I said with the Vortex DJs, there's no ego, there's no competition, there's no like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm like, all that foolishness. It's like a sisterhood. It's like, I equate it to like running a relay race.
I was just about to say everybody had
Yeah. The
Like,
baton.
Like everybody is doing their thing and they
Yeah.
want to win
Yeah.
for the team.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a smooth handoff. It's got to be,
Mhm.
the wrong reach or to the next person could mess the whole race up.
Right.
But with
Don't
us,
drop the baton.
don't drop the baton. With us, it's always such a like love, that sisterhood.
It
The
felt that
energy,
way. It
right?
felt so good.
And this one comes in, she come in the door talking about, all right, now, they go long sometime. If they go long, we tag team. We're going to have some fun today.
Yeah, I was ready because that's what they did last year. Because
I was gonna say 2019. Yeah.
When Rhonda is like
2021.
feeling it, and the police aren't bothering her, she's like, keep going. So that's why I was like, Celeste, because she didn't spin it right. So I was like,
Yeah.
come on, let's do this, So
Yeah.
I was ready. I was thinking we'll go to midnight,
Yeah.
and then we'll just all like get
Beach.
in there and tag team.
Chicago
They were
Park
like 10 o'clock.
District. Yeah.
Cut it off.
Yeah. But that was great.
That was so
Epic.
Mhm.
I like how for me and what Alicia does, and then with all four of us,
Fun.
it's like depending on what slots you're playing in, like you said, it's like a relay. You if I'm opening, I know how to take it up to a position to where I'm handing it over to her because I know she's high energy, so I know what song to play right before her,
Yeah.
so she can come in and take right over,
It
and then
was
she'll know how to give it to Lady D,
Yeah.
and then Lady D know how to give it to you, and so that's
Vice
what I like.
versa.
It's a beautiful thing, but that's what happens when you have sisterhood in that,
Yes.
and that's an important word.
Oh, I was
Sisterhood.
vibing all night.
Yeah.
I was sorry I missed the sister right before you because I got stuck in traffic, but
She didn't.
No,
she
she
didn't
didn't
make
show
it.
up.
She couldn't make
Nick
it.
actually did it.
Yeah,
Nick
really?
opened up.
I
for
didn't
us.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
Okay.
Mhm.
No, but it was good because you were grooving. We were all kind of like there.
And that's
And
Nick's
then-
daughter.
I did
Yeah,
not know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was
Yeah.
filling in for his
Oh,
daughter.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that either.
Yeah, Baby Dow. It's
Maybe
Nick's
God, that's
daughter.
okay.
Yeah.
And this is what I love. But y'all see the ladies, they killed it.
Okay, all right, Nikki, why is that a surprise?
It's not a surprise, but it's just that here, every place we went,
Okay,
everywhere
so it
this
was a
week.
compliment. Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
I'm
I'll
not
take it.
surprised
I'll
at
take it.
all.
I'll
Not
take it.
surprised at all. We know what we're doing.
Well, Lori is
What happened?
she probably got both things because Lori is a pioneer in this and a legend in this, and she's a DJ. So sometimes, it depends on how it's presented.
Preach, man.
When it's
Talk
like
about it.
the ladies killed it, like it's such a surprise. We're DJs, like
Right.
it's kind of what we do. We kind of DJ.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta acknowledge, the DJ has been a male-dominated sport, if you will, and why that evolved that way, I'm not sure, but it's done right. There's an acknowledgement of so many, and certainly the talent in this room, right, is potent talent. It's the craft has been honed.
I get it.
It is respected.
Yeah.
You could go out there and say, "Oh, I see no gender. I just hear the sounds." I mean, that's the same as, "Oh, I see no color."
Right.
That's BS. People will see and put an element and an attribute to it.
They were going to do that.
No, I mean
they'll
that's
do that
how
for women. But have you ever heard someone say for a black DJ?
I haven't.
Like, he is so good for a black DJ.
No.
Like,
So
can you
if you-
imagine
so
how
if
that
you
would feel?
that's a
if you
good
were
example.
black
You said that,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So
No,
if you're on a
Can
plane,
you imagine if you went somewhere and they said he's so
He's
good for a black guy?
yeah.
but if you're on a plane and you're on a plane and you land and the stewardess is like, "Okay, everybody, thank you for flying out, bye bye," and the pilot's door open and it's a female. Was the flight better or worse? Or it was still a smooth landing, whether it was a female or a male. You didn't even know it was a female in there landing the plane.
Right.
Still a smooth
So you
landing.
don't have to
Yeah.
add that attribute.
Good
Right.
analogy.
You know what I mean?
Good
Yeah.
analogy.
I'm ambivalent about it. I mean, I get it because as women, we like to be honored, and I would never like be upset because somebody's like, "Oh, ladies," or what have you. That's fine, but it is kind of a double-edged sword.
It is.
Because you're not going to walk away and go, the men were good tonight. those men threw down. See how that sounds ridiculous.
The men's
The men sounded good tonight. Those men got down. Doesn't that sound crazy?
What's interesting
About
that.
That's the truth.
So, but let's talk about the perspective though. Rhonda built right, and Nick
Queens, I get it.
and the Queens of House, right? There was a carve out
Those men got
for
down.
the night,
Look at the men.
but it hasn't been. We've had those struggles with the Kings of House
Yeah.
discussions as well, right? And so, I mean, as humans, we try to put things in a box to make it comfortable
Yeah.
for
Is he
ourselves.
boxed?
I am Switzerland. That's what I said earlier. He's a boxing man after my own heart.
I gotta find the middle ground.
I'm the diplomat.
Listen,
That's what I've always been.
Greg Watts is my buddy. You know this. We grew up together. We learned, we were lock and step since we were teenagers. And he's sexist. And I tell him this all the time because he's like, no, the way he would pitch me to other people, because he was kind of like my promo person a lot. She spins like a guy.
Oh.
I get that too.
He would say, she spins like a guy. Listen to her, she spins like a guy. And he's like, that's a compliment. And I'm like, no, that's sexist. He's like, well, that's how I got them to listen to you. So do you understand the paradox here?
It is.
Like,
It is a paradox.
It's like I had to be the Harlem Globetrotters of the female DJs. You know what I mean? Like, let me do some tricks like a dude. You can I spin it like that? You paying attention yet?
And I think we acknowledged, right, at the beginning, for some reason, this has been a male-dominated.
If you ever see this, I'm mostly teasing. Because he's not sexist. I love him. But it's that comment. Anyway, we can get stuck on this other one.
Well, we are rounding up the hour. The studio sessions and Vintage House crossover event. I was envisioning this. You guys watch Chicago PD and Chicago.
That's our stuff right there.
Med and Chicago Fire, right? So they had this crossover events where they
all three
where
runs.
they try to run them during the high rating season, and they run all the cast together. So that was the vision for this.
Can we do
Wednesday
can we do a
nights?
part two
We do.
over at Alicia's studio?
Well, we have to ask
Indeed.
studio sessions. Yeah,
Yeah, you
already know.
we're
We had
of
a
course
good
we're
time.
in.
Listen, we will bring liquor. And we
Cause
will,
you know, she came down and she was like, we were like, so would you like something to drink? She was like, no, I'm good.
and
We
then
were like,
halfway
Ah.
Have another shot.
Says what? Yeah.
we're gonna do a makeup session. We'll supply all of the supplies.
okay, all right, sounds good to me. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, we got to get Lauren.
Yes.
We can get,
Yes.
Brisket.
we got to get our
No,
exec
no.
producer
What?
in,
No.
and
Yes.
and our
Brisket,
producer
man.
Justin.
I
And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Love brisket as well.
so Wednesday
He said, we'll
Wednesday
have
nights
do
are
it.
slot.
If I have a party in my backyard, would you guys come?
I was just
We
gonna
were
say, what
told
do you?
that we were
What, we were
DJs.
just talking about.
Oh, my
Funny
party.
thing is,
Don't-
Lori and I were talking at the Chosen Few picnic. We were just having conversation about we should get together, me, you, Alicia,
Yeah.
Lady D, blah blah. And then 2 weeks later, here comes the queen.
I know.
Queen's Court,
I
right?
know.
Manifest
And,
We did.
right, and then we were saying that she wanted to do something for her birthday.
It's coming up. September 9th is the weekend. My birthday's the 6th. Well, I'm going to plan it like this week. By this week, I will have it ironed out.
We are there.
But, please.
That's
please.
when we
September
get back
9th.
from,
We
I
get
want
back
to
from
do like you
Atlanta.
did. I want to have like 3 parties.
man, you better have
A
it.
week.
Celebrate your
Well,
life.
Rhonda's going to help me plan one of them.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be Thursday at the Promontory.
Okay.
Nice.
And that'll be a nice big one. And then
Yeah.
I'm going to do a couple smaller-ish ones.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
We
you got the
always have
idea.
exclusives here on
Man, we
Vintage House Show.
be there.
DJ Lori Branch,
Celebration.
birthday
I will not
celebration.
be spinning. I will only be dancing.
Well,
Serenaded.
so
Serenaded
I
by
told
music.
Alicia it was no fair
What?
that she had to play in hers. So
Did you play?
she
Yeah.
did not.
No, she did not.
No, why? You didn't play. No,
She
I'm not
did
playing.
not. She did
No,
not.
that's
Right,
not-
so
Can we do
no,
But I
that?
made
you
her
get to-
play at her pre-birthday
September.
event.
September
Thank
9th.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Can we
Yes.
do September 9th?
Yes.
Friday.
I know. That's what I was planning.
Okay, well, I'm putting it on my calendar now because
This-
I'm going out of
September
town.
9th.
You got a wedding that day.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking the 8th, the 9th, and 10th. So there'll be some each one of those days.
Okay, so see?
I'm going
See?
to be like my sister.
Yes.
All right, all right. The Lori,
Celebrate life.
Lori Branch birthday
Celebrate.
extravaganza coming up.
Celebrate.
Okay.
Exclusive. You found out here.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's
You
right.
found out right here first.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
We'll
So,
have something for everybody.
of course, Wednesday night is the night for both studio sessions and the Vintage House Show.
Yes.
Please make sure you support, tune in. Studio sessions, you all start at 9.
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock until
Until
the
They
lights
might
go out.
home
Till
and
they get
start it
sleepy.
tonight.
You're right.
I started ending earlier though, because the first few months of studio sessions was like ending at like 3 in the morning
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Woo.
I would be like, now let's play some wax. Let's do some steppers.
I want to do some wax sessions. Okay.
But wait a minute, we still got another bottle.
What?
And that's when I sort of began watching studio sessions. What I loved about it was the sort of the fun, organic. Just we are here
In the basement having a good time.
having a good ass
Oh,
time,
man.
What a
right?
great energy.
It's a
It's
good
beautiful.
time.
And I sent that.
Yes.
I think I sent that note to you. And you're like, y'all just have plain good, just fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I trust me. I went home. I looked at my basement. I was like,
Mm.
I need to do something here. I gotta fix this up a
Let's
little.
do it.
Yeah. People stop me on the street like, can I come over to the studio sessions? I'll be like, oh.
Nah,
It's like at
yeah.
my house. What's your name?
Yeah.
Just be having
All right.
some fun.
Random. The random nature of
I
it.
need to watch it on
Subscribe.
Going to Twitter
Follow
like
and
everybody
subscribe.
else.
And so,
People still ask me for tapes, CDs.
Yeah, somebody asked me
Yeah.
today
Like-
for something.
There's a thing called SoundCloud.
Mixcloud,
USB.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You on
Yeah, you were
SoundCloud?
doing the USB.
I need to put something new on SoundCloud. I
Yeah.
haven't put anything up there in a long time.
We'll do it.
This is a
SoundCloud.
commitment tonight everyone is committing to putting something up on
Something new
SoundCloud.
on SoundCloud.
Something
I
new
think
on
Vortex
SoundCloud.
needs to have 10 hours
Brad, you
on
in?
SoundCloud. So we can get
So
some
we
pop
post
love.
Nikki?
them. We post them after we do the shows.
Okay.
Everybody posts their
All right.
mixes on their page.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a crossover event on SoundCloud where everybody is sending everybody to everybody's SoundCloud profile.
I like that idea.
That's a great idea.
Can I use Mixcloud? No.
Yeah, he's the mix.
Oh.
I don't post much on.
Me
They
either.
started being funny style.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm on Mixcloud.
They're highly monetizing on
Yeah,
Mixcloud.
they
Yeah.
Is
That
They
was
would-
us
I
too
couldn't
for a
post
minute
some
too,
stuff there.
though.
They were like taking my stuff down.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do.
On Mixcloud?
On this cloud.
Yes.
That's great stuff.
Wow.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's been a minute because I stopped. It was a few years ago, so maybe it's
And
changed.
that's what happened to me on SoundCloud. And I was
Interesting.
like, oh no. And Mixcloud opened up. I was like, that's why I need to be
Yeah.
on first.
Oh, really? See, and that's
Oh.
why I do SoundCloud because
Mm.
everything stays the way I put it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll decide on the platform and then we're just gonna push it all out
Let it go.
all at
Get
the
our
same
own platform.
time.
How about that?
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Is there no one on the show?
Vintage House is coming to a conclusion in
Should I
the
put
studio
that
on the
later
other
on?
side, and here in our Studio B, we are wrapping up the crossover conversation Vintage House show with studio sessions, DJ Alicia, G Whip, Nikki Devine, Brett Morrison, and your main man Mega. We are so glad you tuned in to us tonight. We made lemonade out of them lemons.
Yes,
Did you
we
say?
Yeah.
You made it work.
And we're gonna do a part 2, no doubt. And we're looking forward to that. We'll get it hyped up in advance. This one came a little quick from that July, June. It was June,
Mm-hmm.
mid-June. We conceived the idea, and then here it was, July 20th. We gave birth. So, thanks for tuning in once again. We're here every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 11 on WNUR 89.3. Studio sessions, 9 p.m. on Twitch. For Lori Branch, Lauren Lowry, who wasn't able to join us, Mega, and the studio sessions team. Thanks for tuning
Bye,
in again.
everybody.
Later.
Love you all. House is a feeling. Remember that. Good night.